DGA just came out with 2 brand new putters. They actually had a prototype run for both of these, but I guess they flew under my radar a little bit, and I got my hands on them now that they have what they're calling first flight, basically their first run. So we have the Sonar and the Surf. They are both in base plastic, pretty like swirly plastic with both of them having pretty nice shiny stamps on them. And they're very stiff, as you can hear them clacking together, and so no bend in them really at all, and very flat. Both of these are board flat, no dome to them at all. So base plastic, stiff, and board flat. Kind of feels similar to like a KC Pro plastic if I were to compare it to something. So in terms of flight numbers, the Sonar is a 3402. It is a deeper putter and has a bead on it. The Surf is a 3-4-1-1, and it's a bit shallower, no bead. So they seem to be pretty good complements to one another. Unfortunately, if you prefer or don't prefer a bead, you're not going to want to throw both of these most likely, but they kind of give each type of player an option. I'm back at Riverton again, of course, my favorite course to come to because it's never busy and it's almost always dry. And there's a lot of great holes to test out throws, different discs, and different shot shapes. So I'm going to play some of the shorter tees here. I'm on hole 1, whites here, which is a bit of a hyzer. I don't really have too much of a plan. I'm just kind of throw them on some holes and see how they go. I think here would be a good shot for the Sonar, so I'm going to throw that first. But I'm going to try both of them, honestly, see how they hold their angles. I have a feeling, just based on the fact that they are very stiff and flat, that they're going to be a bit more overstable than their flight numbers suggest, but we'll see. And also interested to see how true that 3-speed 4 glide. They should be able to, glide out there pretty easily without as much effort compared to some other putters. So interested to see how that goes as well. Anyway, here we go, starting off with the Sonar. Okay. That's way more overstable than I was expecting. 0 flip, just immediately went to hyzer. I'm gonna throw this on like the same line then, see if it flips up a little more. Yeah. All right, that's parked. I was expecting more of that flip up hyzer line from the Sonar, but it's very overstable. I'm gonna try throwing it again. I'm gonna hit it on an anhyzer line. And as you always know, I always love to give away discs when I review them. And since we're doing 2 discs in one, I'm gonna give away 2 discs in one. So it's gonna be 2 discs to 1 person. Check out my Instagram. As usual, I'll have the post over there for the giveaway. It'll go on for a week. We'll give it away to a viewer. All the details will be at the end of the video. Okay, I'm gonna hit this on like more of a flex line because it seems to be kind of similar in flight to like a zone almost. I'm gonna see if I can flex it through this gap instead of hitting that hyzer. Oh, yeah. Probably flexed it a little too much, but it definitely came out. It might have been more my fault. Sonar is overstable. Surf, pretty nice. I don't think I would really ever putt with a 3-speed putter, but I'll putt with them just to see how it feels, and I don't know, maybe some people will like these as putters. They do feel nice in this base plastic, maybe a bit too flat for a putter for me, just on the edge, but they feel pretty good in the hand, I'm not gonna lie. Overstable as far as putters go. And the Surf is it's just parked. All right, we've got kind of more of a big up in the air hyzer line here. I actually, now that I've thrown both of these, I don't think I understand the flights that well, thinking that the Sonar was gonna be great on that line because it's kind of a little hyzer. But the Surf actually held that hyzer flip up, like baby hyzer flip up line a bit more. The Surf just wanted to dump out, which made it a bit harder to kind of get it to go exactly where I wanted to. But I wonder if that'll be the same for this shot. Kind of got to go up high. I think it's about 250, and then the basket is tucked away on the left. Can't really tell how close it is until you get up there, but I'll just throw them. We'll see how it goes. Go Sonar first. I think it'll be nice. It should like dump out quite a bit and get way left. It feels like it's perfect. Oh, it hit some trees, but it was actually really good. I think I threw it a little too hard. Pushed the backside of the fairway. We'll see how the Surf holds this line. I don't think it's gonna be maybe the best disc for this kind of line. Yeah. Oh, wow. So that was the exact same line, and it just stayed right the whole way. Let's give you a comparison real quick. I always like doing a comparison to a disc in my bag. I'll throw a Toro. I think it'll be similar to the Sonar, but it'll dump out a little earlier because it's less glide, less speed. Or actually, no, it's less glide, more speed. Yeah, so just, that's parked. Pretty much threw it the exact same, dumped out maybe 5 to 10 feet earlier up in the air. It's gonna be pretty similar in a hyzer shot, but kind of got right to the basket instead of pushing long. Yeah, so surf came in way short just because I put it on the exact same line as the Sonar. But I'll give it like a little, see if it can do like a little Annie flex putt, you know? Could go anhyzer the whole way. Oh, kinda. Came out a little bit, might have been user error. The Sonar, like I said, hit this tree right here, so I mean, it was tracking perfectly for the basket, maybe just a little bit too much, or not enough. If I threw a little harder, it could have came in backdoor and it would have had the juice. Let's do one of these, because I don't think I'm gonna make that putt from the other side. Oh, not bad. I honestly don't even know where my Toro went. I thought it was gonna be parked. I think Sonar takes the slight edge on that one. The stability was a lot better for that high hyzer shot. And where did my Toro go? I genuinely thought it just went like perfect. I bet you I went long. Ow! Oh, I just hit my knee so bad. Oh, kneecap right on the friggin' tree. Dude, where is this thing? Okay, interestingly enough, the Toro was actually like 20 feet shorter than I thought it was over there when the Sonar was right here next to me. So turns out the Toro is a lot less glidey, as one would expect. And the Sonar, I thought the flights were very similar, but it seemed like the Sonar on the same line and same power actually pushes out quite a bit further. So even though it's overstable, it seems to have a little bit of more distance, which is pretty interesting. All right, I'm gonna try something interesting here. I'm gonna throw the surf on a dead straight line to the basket up this middle gap, and I'm gonna throw the Sonar on a forehand up this left gap to try to get it to dump out. I've never thrown a beaded disc forehand, I don't think ever, so I really don't know how that's gonna go or if that's something you should even do. It feels really weird to hold this forehand, but maybe it's a thing other people do. I certainly don't do it. I don't really know the distance on this. It's like 200 something. It's not that far. I'm just gonna hit this flat like I would any other putter and just see how it goes. I'm not gonna like ease up on the power too much, so it might just scream past it. I just kind of want to see how it feels hitting this gap and seeing how close I can get to the basket. Oh, that was actually pretty good. Kind of just lost my footing like a tiny bit in the end there. Let's go Sonar forehand. Just feels weird. I feel like the bead kind of digs into my hand a little bit right here, which I don't like. But I feel like it'll fly good for a forehand disc. No, it is not. Okay. Don't throw that forehand. Comes out of your hand, super weird. So just range this hole at pretty much exactly 300 feet, slight uphill, a little bit of headwind. So we'll test the distance a little bit on these. I feel like a 3-speed should be able to go about 300, but we'll see how that goes. This is just kind of a wide open shot. Basket tucked over to the left over there a little bit, 300 feet. Let's just see how they can do in these kind of conditions. I'm gonna throw, because there's a headwind, I'm gonna throw the Sonar pretty much flat, a little bit right of the gap, and then try to get it to fade in. And then I'll put the surf on more of a hyzer line and see if I can get it to flip a little bit. Start with the Sonar. I think I should be able to put one of these close. That's really interesting. I don't think there was much headwind when I threw that, but it pretty much held flat when given a lot more power. Last 3 holes were like hyzer shots, kind of inside 300, like 250 kind of. So wasn't ever throwing them that hard. I thought that was gonna fight out a lot more. And I think it got to about circle's edge right side. Didn't ever really come back left. Probably about pin high. Knowing that, I'm gonna give this more hyzer than I was going to. And I think it might flip up a bit more with some more power. Oh my gosh. Oh, it like crashed way back left. Actually ended up being kind of close. That was a lot more flip than I expected. I did feel a headwind come in right when I threw it. I'm gonna throw my Cosmic Fury on the same line, same power, just kind of see how different it feels. It's also a -1-1, but it's a 3-3 instead of a 3-4. I don't know. I mean, flight numbers are gonna be different from different companies. I feel like this won't flip over as much. I mean, I threw it way off of its line, but I kept the angle pretty good. And even though it missed right, it didn't flip up as much. I think that extra, the rim is a bit, I don't know, faster. So even though they're both 3 speeds at like 4 glide, it's gonna take a lot more wind and flip over a lot more. All right, here's the surf, which flipped up a bunch and kind of hit these trees and came down. Honestly, not bad. I'm like 50 feet, 60 feet. I'm like inside C2. It glides pretty nice. I didn't really give it the height. Cosmic Fury's right here. Went like a tiny bit further. Sonar actually got pretty much exactly where I described it. Maybe 30 feet, 25, 30 feet left pin high. Like pretty much exactly pin high. It was pretty good. I think I didn't expect it to hold flat for as long. I thought it was gonna dump out a little more. Definitely changes its flight quite a bit when you give it more power. This is not a disc I would putt with. Beaded and overstable. Oh, yeah. I definitely do not have a disc quite like either of these in my bag. Like that 3-4, 3-speed, 4 glide, not a disc that I tend to have in my bag. I usually want like 5 glide, like a 5-5 or a 4-5, or like a 3-3 or a 2-3 or a 3-2, like something like that, where it's like more either a putter or a mid-range. This feels like it's somewhere in between a putter and a mid-range. Not really something that I am looking for. I do think the surf is like kind of sick for AMs, and Sonar's kind of nice. I mean, they both fly nice. They just fill a slot that I'm not looking to fill. Considering I haven't put any of these close, I'm gonna give myself an easy one. Just a straight shot from the shortest tees. I just kind of want to see, like, can I just hit an easy shot with these? So go Sonar. I'm gonna hit it on a bit of Anheuser because it's gonna be a little bit of a softer throw. Let it come back out. And I'm just gonna throw the surf flat. Perfect, I think that's parked. And surf, still kind of want to see how it flies. I hit it flat on that woods hole, but hit a tree. That wasn't flat. I thought I was releasing it flat and I came over on it. The tough thing about throwing 2 totally different discs in this video, as I'm just kind of throwing both of them every hole, is changing your release angle from throw to throw. And I'm just now realizing as I'm looking at this basket that it's, what did I just say? I'm just now realizing when I'm looking at this basket that it's leaning to the left like a tiny bit. I don't think it was always like that. I think someone knocked it over. Oh, am I gonna big putt myself? I can't putt with this. This is just so, the rim is big, it's deep, and it has a bead, and it's like super flat. I feel like I'm putting with a beaded zone. There we go. Okay, I'm actually gonna throw a hole where I'm just gonna throw one of these discs because I wanna see how this, I think the surf is actually perfect for this shot shape probably, and the Sonar literally is almost useless for the shot shape, but it's a big panning Anheuser. I'm not gonna try and point the disc or point the camera at the disc up there because the sun is literally right there and you won't be able to see it. So I just kind of have you point it at the basket. So hopefully you can see it land. Hopefully I'll put it close. But basically just a big Anheuser panning the whole way and then landing right by the basket because there's a Mando on this tree. So you gotta go up and over it to get to the right. You could probably throw a forehand too, but there's no fun in that. Of course the sun peeks through the clouds right as I'm throwing, so I can't see anything. I'm just gonna put on Anheuser, try not to hit that tree. I think I threw it too far. That was too far. I actually think this throw was great because it was coming into these trees and probably gonna be close to parked. Maybe wanted to come in a little lower, but Gave myself an inside the circle putt. Can't be mad. It's a weird, like, glidey putter. Like, I don't know if I'd want to putt with a 4 glide putter. It feels weird. I kind of like a putter that doesn't want to glide as much so I can give it something. I feel like this, some people like to spin putt a little bit or like let their kind of putter work for them when they putt. I kind of like to just do most of the work, but it does kind of have that glide to it where you don't, that just stuck to my fingers. You don't have to give it too much and it will kind of glide. Does end up having a bit more fade too, but something to keep in mind. This is gonna be kind of a tough shot to film because of the sun coming on me right here and then trying to film into the woods. So I think I'm just gonna look super pale. I think at this point, I've gotten enough throws in with the sonar to see sort of that overstability, holds it when you throw it a little, or holds straight when you throw it a little bit harder, but it still does have that reliable fade. Surf, kind of a bit different. I'm gonna throw like 1 or 2 more shots with the surf. Definitely holds Anheuser. Depending how this goes, I might throw 1 more, but I wanna just see it on more of a straight line, maybe a bit of a flip up. This is a shot where you have to just hit it down the middle and you kind of want it to flip up and start to ride right a little bit to get all the way through that gap and finish towards the basket. So I'm gonna see if I can hit a good line on this. And if I smack a tree, I might even throw it twice. So T sign says 245. Oh, that was literally perfect until it hit that. That was really good. I'm gonna go get that and throw that again. All right, there's actually so much poison ivy off the fairway here. I'm gonna go find the disc because I still don't know where it is, and then we'll play hole 8, which is right over there, and that'll be a good ending hole. I swear, right off that fairway is just straight all poison ivy, probably up to, I don't know, mid-calf height, and you just can't even see the ground. Like the disc was just basically all poison ivy. So I'm gonna wash my hands, scrub my legs when I get home. We got a little bit less treacherous of a hole here to finish off. I'm just gonna throw the surf here, get it to flip up, kind of just a gut check. No funny business putter line here. And I'm just gonna try to get it to flip up late, pretty much exactly like that last throw I just threw went, and hopefully park it, and I'll give my final thoughts on both discs. That just ate it. Oh my God, no. I threw that so good. I literally just want to throw 1 good, straight shot with the surf. That is all I want. There it is. It turns over like quite a bit. That does turn over a lot. Finally, I was able to park a shot with the surf. We can call it a day. So final conclusions on both of these discs. I do really like the stiff base plastic. They look really nice, they feel good. I like how they're nice and flat. They pretty much hold whatever line you put them on. They're kind of one of those discs where you have to do the work, especially for the surf. Especially for the surf. The sonar will fight for you a little bit, but when thrown harder, it kind of just holds a straight line and dumps out. I would say they're pretty accurate to their flight numbers. They definitely have more glide than most of the putters that I'm used to. That 3-4 is for sure true. Because of that, I'm not super sure like how useful they are in the woods, sort of in the types of shots where you want to throw a putter. For me, I want it to be a little slower so I can hit it hard and know it's not gonna move on me as much. And also because I can control the distance a little bit better with a slower speed disc. I would say the sonar is definitely closer to the flight numbers than the surf. For me, the surf felt a little bit flippier, although I did hit like 1 or 2 trees at the start and it is base plastic. So there's that. Either way, I think they're both awesome discs. I think for a ton of people, they're gonna be a really good slot in your bag. I personally don't have a slot in my bag where they're really gonna fit in, but I think they're both awesome discs, and whoever wins the giveaway is gonna be very happy because these are both very pretty, very nice colors that I got. And you're definitely gonna get a bit more banged up, sort of base plastic disc this time, as opposed to the nice premium stuff I usually give away. But yeah, go to my Instagram in the description, enter the giveaway, leave a comment, follow me, and like the picture, and you'll have a chance to win the giveaway. It'll be whenever I upload this, a week later from then, and I'll give both of these away to one lucky person. That's all. I'll see you next time.